Nobody fucking with me, man. Me, man, ski man, spinning nigga.
What's going on, Diggletdreamers? Diggletdreams here, once again, bringing you another DPP OU match. This is Diamond Pearl Platinum, so 4th Gen OU, something I've been trying to get into a little bit lately. Volcanion is out in ORAS OU now, which is kind of splashing in the meta a little bit now. No pun with Steam Eruption there. But I still think I need a little something fresher, so I'm trying to play some Gen 4 OU, and I just have this replay here. I believe this is one of the first couple matches I've played. The only reason I'm doing post narrations for these is they're not always easy to find on the ladder, so it's just easier for me to just do battles whenever I have time and then save the replays for later. But why don't I stop talking and just hop right in. So I decided to lead with Gengar, not decide, because in 4th gen, you just, whatever Pokemon's in your slot number 1 is your lead. So I put Gengar in there. I do have Taunt on it, so I thought it would be alright to lead with it as kind of an anti-lead. He leads a Zelf, unfortunately, and Zelf does outspeed. So I was kind of making a play here. I went for Taunt, trying to get the prediction of him to go for I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, because even if he went for Stealth Rocks, he would have gotten them up, and then I taunted him, so there really was no idea what I was doing here. So I just lost my Gengar turn 1, which was pretty bad. And I said have fun right before we started playing, and then he said thanks, you too, right after he killed my Gengar. So obviously, but then I do get a free switch into my Tyranitar, and I'm able to Pursuit Trap him. He doesn't decide to switch in there. He does get up his Stealth Rocks, unfortunately, but I am going to guarantee take this thing down. So down goes the Zelf on the next turn, as he is going to go Suicune, and this is really unfortunate. This thing, I can't let it switch set up, so I decided to go Magnezone. It's pretty much my hardest hitting, my thing that hits this thing, my Pokemon that hits Suicune the hardest. So he does go for the Surf, which does a hell of a lot. But I am going to do is hit him with a nice Thunderbolt, which is going to do a nice amount. It's also going to do a lot of damage, and he's going to take 2 turns of Sandstorm as well, as I just have to let my Magnezone go down because I don't really have a switch into this thing. So he lives on 1, and honestly I probably shouldn't have U-turned here, but I just did. But I do go into my Swampert, and his Suicune is gone, which is great. So he decides to go Gengar. As he goes for the sub, I'm going to get up the rocks. Not a bad play on his part, as he is going to get a powerful hit off here with the Shadow Ball, as well as a special defense drop. But I am going to be able to roar him out into his Heatran, so that's good. He gets rid of I get rid of his sub, I reveal one of his Pokemon, and he goes for the Taunt, making a bold play as I try to predict him to switch and go for the Ice Beam. Should have gone for the Earthquake, but I didn't want that Gengar coming in for free. As he does go into Scizor here, as I do go for the Earthquake and get a crit, which is really big on that Scizor. But it has to be offensive Scizor just based on that damage, so hits me with a powerful U-turn as I do make the right prediction there and hit the Gengar with an Ice Beam. So I've successfully put a lot of damage into his offensive Pokemon right now, as the Shadow Ball is going to take out my Swampert. But shout out to Swampert for doing a lot of work in this battle, and I can come in and pursue his Gengar to finish it off, no problem. And now Scizor dies at rocks. I don't know why he did that. Actually, before we go on, that play right there, I've seen that a few times on the ladder, where something dies to rocks, and as I KO something, then they switch into it immediately and it just dies, and it gets no use out of it at all. I need to make a statement about that. It's a bad play. I know it dies to rocks whenever you switch in, but you can actually use that switch in to your tactical advantage. If you have a Pokemon that's going to die to rocks, you can save it for when you need a free switch in. Like, for example, if I was in with my Infernape on his Heatran, and he knew I was about to go for a close combat, and he didn't have anything to switch in, like his Gengar's already gone, but he still had that Scizor at 8%, he could switch in Scizor on that on the rocks, so it dies, and then my Infernape just misses with the close combat, and then he gets a free switch into like his Scarfed fire type, or not Scarfed, like, or Flygon, Scarf Flygon, and it has a chance to take out my Infernape. So that is what you use those sacks for, and it's just not useful at all if you just let it die to rocks immediately after something else dies. Like, it's just a waste. So sorry about the rant there, but I just had to mention that. And I did say Flygon because that is his last, but we'll get to that in a moment. I decided to switch into my Infernape on his Heat Ram because I know I can take pretty much any hit. As unfortunately he does make a good play and goes for the substitute, as I have to break that sub and hit him with a Mach Punch, and unfortunately my Infernape is going to go down to the Earth Power. And now I go into my Tyranitar, and I know he's fearing the Earthquake here, but I don't actually have Earthquake. My set is Scarf, Crunch, Pursuit, Stone Edge, and Superpower. So I decided to click Superpower here as my best move against the Heatran, as he does reveal his last is the Flygon, and I'm able to hit that thing with a Superpower, which is much more than an Earthquake would have done. So he decides to finish me off with an Earthquake there, revealing the Scarf, and I can bring out my last, which is Dragonite. And honestly, I should have Dragon Danced here. It was pretty much free. I knew it was Scarfed, but for some reason I went for the Extreme Speed. And but it doesn't end up mattering because I do outspeed, or I don't outspeed this thing, sorry. But I'm able to eat up any hit and hit him with an Earthquake, and then the Flygon is going to come out and will go down to an Extreme Speed. So that is the game. If you guys want to see some more DPP OU on my channel, make sure to hit that like button. I'll definitely try to get a live sometime. I definitely would need more time to record than an average live because I probably pause in between the searches because it does usually take a bit longer than average. But I'm really enjoying this tier. Maybe I'll do I'll play with somebody rather than on the ladder, but who knows. Yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already because lots of Pokemon content coming out on this channel. Other than that, keep dreaming. I'll see you next time, and peace out.